Julian and Amelia were best of friends, and everyone knew them on campus as one. But one day, during one of the final year semester's exams, an argument caused the two friends to quarrel after the examination. This made people wonder what could have possibly caused it. Amelia had refused to pass a paper containing answers to Julian, and she wasn't able to write anything, as she didn't study for the exam. Amelia, being studious and intelligent, obviously wrote all the answers. She wanted to help Julian, who was sitting on the other side of the hall, but the presence of the lecturers prevented her from passing the answers to her. Amelia waited for a moment when the lecturers would be distracted, but it didn't happen.
Amelia, you are so heartless. How could you do this to me? I will never forgive you for this. I thought you were my friend.
Hey miss. I said no talking. Do you want me to send you out?
Sorry, sir.
Sorry for yourself.
You are such a betrayal, Amelia. I will never forgive you for what you did to me today.
Please forgive me, Julian. It was not my fault and you know it. I tried to pass my answer papers to you, but the lecturers has a close eyes on me. I was waiting for the lecturers to get distracted, so that I can pass the answers to you, but his attention was on everyone. Please forgive me, my dear friend. I'm sorry.
Don't you dare touch me again. It's clear I'm repeating another year in this school. And this is the end of our cursed friendship. Thank you for the betrayal.
Julian added, before walking away, leaving Amelia humiliated by the slap. Both Amelia and Julian graduated that same year, though Julian struggled to pass her exams. Amelia believed that graduating would settle their differences, but Julian still held a grudge. She refused to even take pictures with Amelia on the day they signed out from the school. Amelia had tried to help her friend, but just because of that one day, their once strong bond changed forever. A few years later, Amelia found herself engaged and knee-deep in wedding planning. Unfortunately, she had lost touch with her dear friend Julian, after Julian blocked her on both WhatsApp and Messenger. With her big day approaching.
Julian, your best friend will soon be getting married. Where are you? Where can I find you? I really need you to be present on my wedding day. You have been always there for me throughout our university days, but now I'm about to wed, reaching you now seems impossible. Where are you, Julian? I really need you to be here.
One fateful day, while shopping for her wedding dress, with her soon-to-be husband Kelvin, Amelia unexpectedly ran into Julian, who turned out to be the owner of the boutique.
This place is amazing. I hope I find something perfect today.
I'm sure you will. Let's keep looking.
Can I help you with something?
Julian.
Amelia, is that you? Amelia, it's been a long time.
I've missed you so much.
I've missed you too.
I regret what happened between us, Julian. I've always wished you could be part of my wedding. Life is too short to hold on to grudges. I want you to be there in my big day. I want you to be part of my life again.
So you are getting married?
Yes.
Wow. Congratulations to you, my best friend.
Thank you.
And it looks like I'll get to help you find the perfect dress too.
Looks like today turned out even better than we expected.
Definitely. I couldn't have asked for more. Julian, meet my husband-to-be. His name is Kevin. Kelvin, meet my Julian, my best friend.
Hi, Kevin.
Hello, Julian. Have heard so many good things about you. How have you been?
I'm good.
Julian couldn't help but look admiringly at him, leading Kelvin to gently withdraw from her look, during their handshake. As they strolled through the boutique, Julian's eyes were constantly on Kelvin, sparking a sense of discomfort in him. Despite the tension, Amelia eventually handed Julian an invitation to her wedding, inviting her one-time friend to be part of her special day. To Amelia's surprise, Julian not only agreed, but also offered to assist with the wedding preparations at Amelia's house. Gratefully accepting Julian's offer, Amelia felt a weight lifted off her shoulders. The reunion and Julian's willingness to lend a helping hand brought a sense of joy to Amelia, who immediately left with her soon-to-be husband. The next day, Julian, using the address she got from Amelia, drove to Kelvin's house, where the soon-to-be couple lived together. Upon her arrival, Amelia was not at home, but Kelvin was in the living room, watching a football match.
Your friend is not around. She will be back in few minutes. Please make yourself comfortable.
Okay.
Mesmerized by the handsome man before her, Julian stood up, and in her revealing dress, sat next to Kelvin, caressing his body, and attempting to seduce him. Although been tempted, Kelvin's love for Amelia prevailed, and he gently pushed Julian away.
Stop it, Julian.
But why? Can't you see that I'm in love with you? I want you to have me right now.
Yes, you are a beautiful lady, but I have found my heartbeat in someone else. Your man is on his way.
Okay. Please, do not let Amelia know about this. She will feel betrayed. I am sorry. I could not resist your charm.
Kelvin agreed to keep their moment a secret. Shortly after, Amelia returned, happy to see her friend. They spent some time chatting before Julian departed. It was the day of the wedding. Kelvin stood expectantly at the altar, waiting for Amelia to grace the ceremony with her presence. Earlier that day, he had made his way to the church, with his groomsmen, while Amelia had opted to finish her preparations at home. As time ticked by, a sense of restlessness fell over the guests, as Amelia failed to make an appearance. Speculations were whispered among the attendees, suggesting a possible abandonment at the altar. What if she has abandoned him at the altar? Kelvin attempted to reach Amelia through a phone call, only to be met with the disheartening realization that her phone was switched off. Eventually, Emilian's bridesmaids, makeup artists, and event coordinators arrived on the scene, causing Kelvin to seek answers.
Where is Amelia? What is preventing her from joining us inside?
We were at home dressing her up for the wedding, when a call came in. She left immediately without saying a thing to us.
We've been at home since, waiting for her to come back. We've called her lines, but we can't reach her. So we decide to come here instead.
What?
This new information left Kelvin contemplating the importance of that phone call to their wedding day. As evening descended, and Amelia failed to show, the decision was made by the pastor to cancel the ceremony, as the absence of the bride could not be overlooked. Kelvin left from the church with his relatives, his heart filled with humiliation, and same time, worried for Amelia's well-being. There, in an uncompleted building in a lonely street, Amelia was tied with a rope. 4 hefty men stood beside her.
My beautiful friend, I heavy you. You look so beautiful.
Thank you so much, my dear friend. Where is Julian?
Oh, she's already at the venue, putting things in order. That lady Julian loves you so much. She has really sacrificed a lot for this wedding. Her type is rare.
That's Julian for you. She will go all out for you, just to make you happy. I love her too.
We know you love her. Can you stand up now to put on your wedding clothes?
Yes, Your Highness. Hello.
Hello, Amelia. Kelvin fell unconscious on his way to the church.
Jesus Christ. How is he now? Please, where are you right now?
I will send you the location of the hospital he's been rushed to. Start coming immediately.
Okay, I will be there now.
Amelia, come back here, talk to us. What happened?
What happened to her? Where is she going?
How am I supposed to know? Amelia left immediately, and was driving to the hospital the person directed her to. But on the way there, these men came out from the nearby bushes, pointing guns at her, entering into her car, and instructing her to drive in the direction they told her. Out of fear, she had obeyed them, leading to the present condition she found herself in.
Please, today is my wedding day, and it will be a sad thing if I don't meet up. Free me, please.
Just pray you come out of this alive.
Amelia tied up there was wondering who had done this to her, on her wedding day. Shortly, someone came, and the criminals welcomed her.
Welcome, madam. We have done our part of the job. It's now left for you to complete the payment.
Your task is not yet complete.
This voice sounds familiar. How can I forget the voice of my best friend Julian? Julian, is that you?
Is she the one calling my name?
Yes, ma'am. That woman won't keep quiet.
Oh, wow, I thank God you still remember me. How can you forget, when you betrayed the very person you called your friend, when she needed you the most? Thanks to you, I am a graduate, with nothing to show for it.
Julian, so you are still harboring this grudge until now. What kind of friend are you? Haven't I been helping you with your exams? Is it because of that last exam that I couldn't pass my answer paper to you, which we clearly know that it wasn't my fault? Or are you just wicked and selfish? I could have known better.
For what you did to me. I promised to take every single of your happiness from you. You might be wondering why I prevented you from attending your own wedding, right? I did that because I am in love with your soon-to-be husband, Kelvin. And nothing can stop me from getting him this time around. And I'm sure he didn't tell you what happened the day I came visiting. He confessed that he loved me, and he slept with me.
Amelia was shocked hearing what Julian said. Kelvin had betrayed her, she thought to herself.
Yes, it is true, and he had planned to divorce you after your wedding. Do me a favor. Unlock her phone and give it to her, so she would call Kelvin.
Julian instructed her man, who did as instructed.
Use this phone and call Kelvin. Tell him that you purposely didn't attend the wedding, and that you have changed your mind not to marry him. Failure to do this, you won't leave here alive.
I know my Kelvin didn't sleep with you, and I'd rather die than call him and lie to him.
I see. What if I decide to end his life instead?
Julian said. Amelia quickly dialed Kelvin's number. Kelvin was in his sitting room, surrounded by relatives and friends, who were trying to console him.
Where is my Amelia? Why didn't she attend the wedding? Should I call the police to help me find out where she is?
Kelvin, who is calling you?
This is Rose's number. Hurry up and pick the call. Where are you? Why didn't you come to the wedding? Are you okay?
I'm sorry, Kelvin. I don't want to marry you. I didn't attend the wedding because I don't love you. You're a good person, but I can't marry you. Please, try to understand.
Amelia, where are you? Tell me where you are, cause I'm coming to pick you right now.
However, before Amelia could respond, one of Julian's men took the phone from her.
She is with her boyfriend. Rose belongs to me. We've been in love since our university days, and she couldn't leave her first love.
The man declared, shattering Kelvin's heart even further. In a fit of betrayal and hurt, he threw his phone against the wall. He had put the call on loudspeaker, making the conversation audible to everyone there.
Son, please try and calm down.
Why didn't Amelia tell me about her feelings? I feel humiliated.
It's okay, son.
She purposely left me at the altar to disgrace me.
Fueled by anger, he stormed off to his room, locking the door behind him.
Son, open up.
Why is he not opening? Honey, I'm scared.
It's okay, sweetheart. Let's leave him alone for now.
Honey, are you sure?
Yes. Come in, let's go.
Good job, girl. If I had my own film production, I would have hired you as my leading actress.
Amelia, waiting to be freed, so she could return to Kelvin, and explain the truth, was taken aback, when Julian instructed her men to end her life instead.
You people have done a great job. I'm leaving now, but make sure you guys kill her, and bury her somewhere.
Okay, ma'am.
Having paid them in full, Julian drove off, leaving Amelia's fate in the hands of the men standing before her. It was on a Tuesday evening, when Julian honked at Kelvin's gate, and the gateman quickly opened it for her.
Is your boss inside?
Yes, Mom.
Kelvin hadn't been himself since the day he answered Amelia's call. The feeling of betrayal was unimaginable. Julian knocked at the door. Drunk Kelvin, still holding a bottle of alcohol, managed to drag himself to the door, and opened it, seeing Julian.
What have you come here to do? To complete what your friend did, right?
Kelvin said, pointing at Julian, who entered the house, closing the door behind.
Drinking won't solve this, Kelvin. I had wanted to tell you who Amelia truly is, but you loved her so much that you couldn't bear to hear the truth. She is enjoying herself somewhere, and you are busy killing yourself for nothing.
Julian said, taking the drink Kelvin was holding. Kelvin, who was emotionally down, felt that someone was truly here for him. He hugged Julian tightly, crying on her shoulder. But to Julian, this was a great opportunity to take her place in his life. Hugging Kelvin back, Julian smiled to herself. Shortly, Kelvin slept off in her arms, and Julian quickly helped him to the room, also standing next to him.
I know I can easily get him to sleep with me, in his drunk state, but, no, I don't want it to be like I forced him to it. I'll get him to do that on his own, by behaving like a perfect wife material.
Early in the morning, Kelvin woke up, seeing Julian sleeping close to him. Though he was drunk yesterday, he remembered the comfort he found in her arms. He went inside and showered, before waking Julian up.
It's morning already. Won't you be going to your shop today?
Julian greeted him, went into the room, and showered as well, coming out of the bathroom with the revealing towel she had on. Kelvin was on his phone, scrolling on the internet, but Julian kept on trying hard to seduce him. Seeing that Kelvin wasn't paying any attention to her, she purposely went to where Kelvin sat, and stand in front of him.
I didn't come with my cream because I didn't plan to sleep over. Could you lend yours to me?
Okay.
Julian said to Kelvin, who went and brought his cream to Julian, trying to return his attention to his phone, but Julian pleaded with him, to help her rub the cream on her back, which Kelvin accepted.
Please, can you help me rub the cream on my back?
Okay.
From rubbing the cream on her back, Julian seduced Kelvin, who then slept with her that morning. Julian was very happy, as she had finally gotten what she had been dreaming of.
I'm leaving.
All right, dear, take care.
Indeed, dreams do come true, if we work towards them. It's been a month now since Kelvin slept with me, and since then, he didn't reach out to me. Does he think I am a prostitute? Why hasn't he checked up on me?
Julian pondered, feeling the need to take action.
I need to go to his house right now.
Upon entering, Julian noticed a woman accompanied by a young lady, likely Kelvin's mother, persuading him to marry the lady next to her.
Good day, ma'am.
Good day, young lady.
Kelvin, can I see you privately, please?
Okay.
Kelvin, why haven't you contacted me all this while?
I'm so sorry, Julian. I have been on a business trip, and ever since I came back, have been trying to relax, only for my mom to come this morning, to introduce a potential bride for me.
Do you plan to marry her? What about us? Do you not remember what happened a month ago?
I don't understand this as you're talking about. We are both adults. Don't make it seem like I forced you. In fact, you were the one who initiated things.
Fearing she might lose Kelvin to another woman, Julian made a bold move.
I'm carrying your child, Kelvin. I'm pregnant with your baby.
I'm done with this conversation. Leave my house right now.
As Kelvin was about to leave the room, his mother, who appeared to have overheard their conversation, stepped in.
I'll speak to both of you later,
she declared, leaving the both in the room. Later that evening, since the lady who had been with Kelvin's mom had left, Julian and Kelvin found themselves sitting on the sofa, in the sitting room.
Kelvin, my son. I raised you to be a man who takes responsibility, not someone who shies away from it. I overheard your conversation, and I cannot bear the thought of my grandchild being born out of wedlock. Kelvin, you must step up and accept this responsibility.
Kelvin sat there in silence, looking down, clearly angry, but unwillingly accepted to take up the responsibility.
Thank you so much, Mom. I'm grateful for your support.
It's okay.
What happens if they discover the truth? Will Kelvin, or his mom still want me then? I need to come up with a plan. Mom, I will take my leave now. Thank you so much.
All right, dear. Take care of yourself and my grandchild.
Julian bid them goodbye, and left, determined to figure out her next step. Throughout the night, Julian was absorbed in her online search, hoping to find the address of a powerful native doctor. After tirelessly surfing the internet, she eventually located one, and decided to visit the next day. Early in the morning, she embarked on her journey to the native doctor's residence in a small house in Port Harcourt. Upon arrival, she respectfully entered the shrine, after removing her slippers. Introducing herself to the native doctor, Julian narrated her reasons for seeking his assistance.
I will assist you, my child. But it comes with a cost. You must spend the night with me, and afterwards, you will attract a lot of men, especially the one you desire.
Confused by the strange request, Julian hesitated, but eventually agreed out of desperation. That night, she stayed with the native doctor, fulfilling his conditions. Shortly after, her marriage to Kelvin was immediately arranged. Julian believed that the unexpected turn of events was due to the native doctor Yus had visited. It was the long-awaited day of their wedding, and the church was buzzing with eager guests. Many eyes were on Kelvin, wondering if he would be left at the altar once again. But this time, he stood there in his suit, looking good. And beside him stood Julian, in her stunning wedding gown, her face beaming with joy. As the pastor approached to begin the ceremony, a sudden voice pierced through the air. A lady's cry rang out from the back of the church, commanding everyone's attention. "Stop!" she exclaimed, causing curiosity and suspense to spread through the crowded church. All heads turned to see who this unexpected interruption could be.
Amelia!
Julian screamed, her heart pounding, as she tried to run away from the woman standing at the entrance of the church. To her, that woman could never be Amelia. She had paid men to eliminate her, to ensure she never took another breath.
So why is she here?
Fear gripped Julian, visible in the sweat forming on her forehead, her makeup starting to melt away. As Amelia made her way down the aisle towards the altar, Julian's eyes was fixed on Kelvin, who couldn't seem to remove his gaze away from Amelia. Panic set in, as Julian worried that he might choose Amelia instead.
What if he marries her? What will become of me? He can't. He's under my spell.
Kelvin, please stop this wedding. Let me explain what really happened. How this woman sent some men to kidnap me on our wedding day.
Maybe your ex-boyfriend dumped you, and you're back here out of desperation.
Kelvin responded, urging the pastor to continue with the wedding. As the pastor declared them husband and wife, Amelia fell to the ground in tears. She had no proof of her innocence, and Kelvin seemed to have turned his back on her. Kelvin's mother observed Amelia's uncontrollable tears, sensing that there was a hidden truth behind Amelia's disappearance on her wedding day. Although she couldn't pinpoint it, she felt a deep need to unravel the mystery. As Kelvin and Julian departed for their wedding reception, Kelvin's mother stayed back, waiting for the opportune moment to speak with Amelia.
Tell me what happened, dear. Why did you leave Kelvin on the wedding day? This is completely unlike you, and I want to understand.
Humberto, end her life so we can leave here.
Please, before you kill me, can I make a prayer? Please.
Two minutes.
Your time starts now.
Immediately she finished praying, an idea struck her mind.
One last thing please.
Do you still need more time to pray? I'm sorry, your time is up.
Wait, I'll triple the amount she paid you. Just state your price, spare my life. Please.
How much do you think your life is worth? Are you trying to outsmart us? What if you betray us to the police once we release you?
The second in command interrogated Amelia, who vowed to maintain their secret. They handed her phone to her, and she quickly transferred over $1 million to them, bargaining for her survival. This cunning scheme secured her escape from what could have led to her death. After listening to Amelia's sorrowful story, Kelvin's mother hugged her.
I'm so sorry about this, Amelia. But why didn't you expose her all this while? Why did you choose to keep quiet until now?
Those men told me to lay low, if not, Julian might do worse, and I might not be able to come out alive.
It's okay, dear. I understand. I thank God those men didn't kill you, and I promise to support you in bringing Julian's deeds to light. Kelvin may struggle to believe this without concrete evidence. You must find a way to obtain proof that will compel him to divorce Julian and arrest her as well. I will pretend to remain unaware of Julian's evil deed for now. Remember, I am here for you whenever you need assistance.
Thank you, Mom. Thank you.
Kelvin's mother reassured Amelia, before driving away from the church, leaving Julian with newfound hope. That night, Julian couldn't find peace, as she thought about how Amelia managed to survive, and how she might expose her.
How did Amelia manage to survive? I have to do something very fast, or else she will expose me, and I don't want to take chances. I must do something very fast.
She paced around the room in confusion, until Kelvin entered the room. In that moment, Julian decided to seduce him, to confirm if he would impregnate her this time, to secure her position in the family.
What's that for?
I only married you for my mother's sake, and because of the child you're carrying. You are not my wife. And once this child is born, we will divorce.
Did the native doctor charm fail? I'm in deep trouble.
The next morning, she drove out to meet the native doctor, only to find the place locked.
Where did this man go to? Excuse me, please.
Yes, ma'am.
Where is the great native doctor staying here?
That same man who was arrested 2 days ago, by one of the women he deceived.
Huh.
He's no real native doctor. He just lures people online, preying on the one desperate for money, and getting the female ones to his bed. If you still want to find him, head to the police station down the street. Excuse me.
Did this man take advantage of me? Is he really a fraud?
Julian pondered in confusion, at a loss for what to do. As she stood there in disbelief, her phone suddenly rang. It was Amelia on the line, demanding a meeting at her place.
Yes.
Are you less busy? Can we meet at my place? I really want us to talk.
Okay. What is she planning now? Perhaps, this is my chance to put an end to her once and for all.
Julian muttered to herself, determined, as she made her way to the location Amelia had specified. As Amelia heard the familiar sound of a knock at her door, she knew it was Julian. Without hesitation, she immediately opened the door, welcoming Julian inside.
You're here already. I can tell you rushed over to find out how I managed to survive after you plotted against me. Well, I'll gladly share the story with you,
Amelia said, pacing around Julian, as she narrated her escape.
How could you trust those money-hungry criminals, Mrs. Planner? I outsmarted them, tripled the payment. And boom, they let me go. Now, I'm here to turn the tables on you, my dear Julian. This Amelia isn't the same one you once knew. I'm here to show you the taste of your own medicine. I vow to reclaim Kelvin within 24 hours.
It seems my little friend is getting bolder. If you manage to survive here today, then you can have him back. But remember, Kelvin thinks I'm carrying his child, so he won't leave me just yet. Rest in peace, dear Amelia. In your next life, stay clear of someone like me.
Julian threatened, pointing a gun at Amelia, and attempting to pull the trigger, a weapon she had hired before arriving at Amelia's door. Just as she was about to shoot Amelia, a hand from behind forcefully took the gun from her, with Julian turning to see who it was. Kelvin. Julian screamed in shock.
Kelvin. So you all planned this. Bravo.
Hi Kelvin.
Leave my house right now. What have you come here to do?
Kelvin, my son, please calm down and listen to what she has to say.
Kelvin, look deep into my eyes, and tell me if I could ever betray you. You are the air I breathe, and can one possibly eliminate something that gives them life? I didn't betray you, dear. Whatever I told you on the phone call wasn't true. My life was in danger at that moment, and saying all those things was just to save my life. The friend I had trusted sent her men to kidnap me on the day of our wedding. Kelvin, I'm so in love with you, and losing you might lead to my end. I can also prove that I'm telling the truth. Please, believe me.
Amelia hugged Kelvin tightly, who had a change of heart. He loved Amelia so much, but the thought of the phone call he had received hadn't left his mind.
What proof do you have?
Let's go to my house, where I will invite Julian. I will make sure she confessed to her crime.
Okay. Your game is over now. I caught everything you said on record, and the police are on their way to arrest you.
Julian pushed Kelvin aside, and made a run for the door. Kelvin, Amelia, and his mother chasing behind. The chase spilled outside, where a team of armed police officers stood waiting.
Stop right there. Don't move, or we will shoot.
They quickly arrested Julian, and escorted her to the police station. The weight of her deceit, and evil, finally dawned on her, bringing her game to an end.
I apologize, my love, for ever doubting you. I promise to stand by your side, through all trials that we may face. Will you marry me?
Yes, yes, I will marry you.
Kelvin's heartfelt words brought tears to Amelia's eyes, as she embraced him tightly. A few weeks later, Julian received a life imprisonment sentence. As she was being led out of the courtroom, she hung her head in shame and regret, as she caught a glimpse of Amelia and Kelvin, happy and united. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe, like and share.